Bafana officially booked their place in the FIFA World Cup knockout stages for the very first time after grinding out a massive 1-0 victory over South Korea. One goal was all it took, but make no mistake about it, this performance deserved far more than just one goal. Thapelo Maseko's 63rd minute strike will forever be remembered as one of the most important goals in South African football history. We have to be honest about that. He timed his run to perfection. Umaseko latched onto a beautifully weighted ball from Umremi before calmly finishing into the bottom corner, sending the entire nation into celebration. It was a goal built on pace, intelligence, and clinical finishing. And boy, oh boy, what a morning for most South Africans. At 4 a.m. in the morning, everyone is going crazy because the most unexpected thing or turnaround happened so beautifully in our football history. But if we're being completely honest, Bafana could have easily walked away with a 3-0 or even 4-0 victory. The scoreline doesn't tell the full story though. After surviving South Korea's bright opening spell, where Umodiba produced a heroic goal line clearance from Kim Min-jae's header before Lee Kang-in fired over from close range, South Africa settled beautifully into the game. Instead of panicking, Hugo Broos's men remained composed and began dictating the rhythm whenever they won possession. One of the biggest positives was the confidence with which Bafana had attacked in this game. The transitions were lightning quick. Every time South Africa recovered the possession, they looked dangerous. The moment and the movements between midfield and attack constantly stretched South Korea's defensive line, while the wide players kept exploiting spaces behind the fullbacks. Thapelo Maseko himself almost opened the scoring much earlier after racing onto a through volley, only for a last-ditch challenge to deny him. That moment alone showed the intent of Bafana and what they were wanting to carry throughout the match. What impressed me even more was the technical quality on display. One-touch combinations through midfield, the clever positional rotations, the willingness to attack, defenders one-on-one, and the confidence to play forward instead of simply clearing the ball. These weren't moments of luck. These were rehearsed attacking patterns that repeatedly unsettled South Korea. The midfield controlled the tempo exceptionally well, constantly switching play to create overloads while protecting possession under pressure. Defensively, Bafana were equally outstanding. The backline stayed compact throughout this match. Every time South Korea attempted to break through the middle, South Africa closed the passing lanes quickly and forced them into wide areas where crosses were comfortably dealt with. Even Son Heung-min entered the match in the second half. The defensive, this guy entered, the defensive discipline never disappeared. South Africa stayed organized, tracked runners brilliantly, and showed incredible concentration during the closing stages. Let's talk about defining individual moments and performances. Thapelo Maseko was unquestionably the star of the evening. Not only did he score the winning goal, but his pace constantly stretched the Korean defense time and time again. His movement off the ball created space for everyone around him, and he looked threatening every single time he attacked. Aubrey Modiba deserves enormous praise there as well. That early goal line clearance could very well have changed the entire match. Instead of going behind, Bafana stayed alive and built confidence from that moment. Tshepang Mremi also deserves major recognition. His awareness and perfectly timed assist for Maseko's winner highlighted the quality South Africa possesses going forward. And then finally, all credit goes to Ronan Williams and the entire defensive unit for remaining composed under pressure and ensuring that the clean sheet never looked out of reach. Perhaps the biggest takeaway from this performance is what it says about the defeat against Mexico. Many questioned whether Bafana belonged at this level after opening with a loss. This victory answered every single one of those doubts. The loss to Mexico now looks far more like an off day than a true reflection of the squad's ability. And you best believe that, because when Hugo Broos feels his strongest combinations and allows these attacking players the freedom to express themselves, South Africa has genuine firepower capable of troubling quality opposition. This team is organized, It's fearless and most importantly, believes. A huge congratulations to Da Hugo, Danke da Pros. The Belgian coach has spent years building the squad, demanding tactical discipline, patience, and belief. After suffering disappointment in previous tournaments, he refused to abandon his philosophy, and today that faith has been rewarded with one of the greatest achievements in South African football history. From the opening defeat against Mexico to qualifying for the knockout stages, what an incredible turnaround. Dreams really do come true, guys. Hopefully, Bafana can keep this momentum going and shock the football world once again. I know. Sibonge. Amachance, Sibonge Hugo Pros.